The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ。
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Here we go! Lucha, 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 lucha! It's the way of life!
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo!
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on, but that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so then
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends? Did your social credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. 15 years have I been waiting to stand up on my throne.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drop, retard. Robocock.
Good job, Daddy, not going on that incel show. I'm going to buy you that Switch too now.
With a dick in her ass. Like, are you? Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm shocked. Oh. Bruh. Do it the other way so y'all can. Oh. Baby, I'm shocked. Oh. Can you stop? Oh, I'm finna come. Oh. Can you
new style. Fuck out of here, bro. I was in a state of shock.
That's racist!
All right. Wake up, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. Before we do that, boys, you got to bring it in close. Come on, bring it in close. Don't worry about the gayness of Atreus's clip. It's fine. I promise nothing will touch your booty hole. Well, okay, I can't promise that. What I can promise is that I am not going to touch your booty hole in this group hug. Other people might, but I can't control other people. Let's be real. But bring it in anyway. Come on, bring it in. Let's go. Hug it out, and listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else, you too like to enjoy some Robocock. So like the stream, man. Like the stream. Don't let it happen to you. Don't do it. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, boys? What are we checking? Guys, the only thing I really want to kind of preface in this little mic check is that the Steam Autumn Sale is live, ladies and gentlemen. You should be buying yourselves some games. You should be buying yourselves some games. But what else are we checking, man? What else are we checking? Garlic butter chicken wings check. That sounds pretty good, actually. Holy shit. Robusty check? Wow. Interesting. A hypnotic brand clippy waifu body pillow check. That is a lot to say. Hypno coffee mug arrives. Nice. Congratulations. What else? Hypno's coffee brand check. Okay. I want Alice Madness Return sequel. That will be interesting. Spicy Korean wings check. Very nice. High as fuck check. Good for you. Check the check from Sonia. Hypno rocking Chronos. Yeah, we're going to finish that shit. Are women allowed to drive in Need for Speed? No. 11-hour delivery done check. Very nice. Good job, King Divawin. Ronaldo and Ganachi in Battlefield 6. Nice. Chicken tacos check. Very nice. OG Diablo team making a new ARPG check. That should be interesting. Playable Legend Ronaldo and Apex Legends check. Title of intro music for SNH. I don't remember that shit. I gotta look that up. Working busy check. Very nice. Chicken jockey check. Very nice. Autistic furry check. Well, that's an admission. Mega bop dotted check. What the fuck? I hate mad check. More layoffs check. Avada Kedavra check. Oh no, we're all dead. All right, guys, listen. Our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Gamer Nerds Gale killed us. Gamer Nerds Gale killed us with an Avada Kedavra. It's quite unfortunate. All right, guys, we're going to do the Big Army roll call. Let's see who is in his chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku Yurtalis, Black Samurais that unfortunately did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that apparently cast killing curses on their own friends. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? We got Gamer Nerds Gale again, like, just killed all of us. Okay. Mr. Melancholy, Beautiful Zexel, Tanya Raven, Jeremiah Maxwell, Clap Douglas, Courageous Kirsten, Doubled Nebular over on Rumble, Jackson Helsing, Triple J Jr., we got Matt Fun Cool, we got Dylan B, we got Luck E, Sonia Lisette, says Mama Lisette on Level Up Tuesday. Nice. We got Moogle, we got Monkey Man 04. We got Ali Kusanagi. We got Anubis Hades. We got Soul Reaper 2078. We got Roll Some Joint. Sleeping Nova. Fellstab. Captain Killer Guns. Plato Goodgoy. Faye. Zalosi. Mr. Melancholy. Matt Fun Cool. Romanizer 24, Creepier 07, Pop D, Dreg, Skynet user unknown. We got Marius, Vladimir Shestakov, Commander Sodok, Eternal Brandon, Angmar WK. Then we got Frenchie 07, Nick Havoc, Magni, Radio Chimp, Soulsborne Vet. What's up, man? D Draconic over on Rumble. We got Edwin. We got Asterion, Ron DFK, Dark Obsidian, Andrew Stewart. What's up, man? We got Matt Stanford, Old Man Cad, Alucard, Deku Leader, Doodoo Brownies. What's up, Doodoo Brownies? We got Oliver Adam with the Buenas. We got Adair Soto, The Voice in the Water. We got Hanny, Melody Johnson, King Demon Wing, The Tricky Panda, Jan Lucas the Front. We got Mifune Takumi. We got Chaotic Holy, Angels of Destiny, Dragon Master, Blue Octopussy, 17 Crash, Golden Apples, Matthew Watson, Carlos Cole. We got Review Big Cheese, 200. All right, guys, 4 more people. 4 more people. And then we're going to get on with the show. 4 more people. And that's it. I promise. We got the Gaming Mason, the High Priest of the Cult of Big Duggins. We got Alephion. We got Tizzy. We got Lionheart. We got Jinx Hen. Shinphil. Carlos again. We got Democulus over on Rumble. We got Zudi. This is Sparta 9000. John Bond Zombie. We got Blue Mars. We got Genetic Spore over on Rumble. We got Brantford 671. And last but not least, we got Base Chad over on Rumble. We got Crash Collins. We got, who else is here? Let's see. D-Mac. We got Ken Clippy. Shout out to Ken Clippy. How you doing, brother? Hold on 1 second. God damn it. Why is it not letting me do it? There we go. That should be good. All right. We got, who else is here? Blue Mars. Low KZ 420 over on Rumble. And we got Jeremiah Maxwell. And Glowmite Prince. Odin Dark II. And Kevy Osiris. All right, guys, listen, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member, and let's see who is going to get the final call-out money shot today. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out. We got Old Man Cad starting us off. Booty hole protected by Mercanti's ugly face because no one can nut on that. Go down ×3, obliterating all protections with Sonya Lissette's anal beads with no lube in hours of Mercanti streams. Fuck your feelings with the middle finger. Nice. 1, 2, 3. That's crazy, bro. He's banned. He's banned. He's too greedy. We got Dylan B. Protect your booty hole. No Diddy to go down 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is no targeting anymore. There hasn't been targeting in forever, Yamato. We're going down. Lionheart says, combo breaker by 2. You can't touch this. Na. You're stunned and can't send it back. Oh. 1, 2. Courageous Kirsten. No Kimmel. No Diddy. Filled my booty hole with caulk. So no chance of penetration. That sounds really, oh my God, painful. Watertight seal. Spin that wheel down ×3. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Holy shit.
Creepier 07. And you know what's fucked up, bro? The cat's mouth is wide open. Why? Like the profile picture just made it unbelievably awkward right now. Oh my God. Why? Out of all profile pictures, why? Oh, all right. Well, listen, we got to follow through, boys. No matter how fucked up it is, we got to follow. Damn it. Congratulations, Creepier. You are the recipients of the money shot today.
What the?
Why? Why does this happen? Congratulations, Creepier. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot. We got a lot we got to talk about today. All right, like the stream. We sincerely have a lot we got to talk about. Obviously, we're going to touch on the Steam Autumn Sale. We're going to take a look at that. But some of the big stories we got today is the panic, right? So, as we talked about a couple of days ago, there was rumors that EA was going to be sold to the Saudi Arabians for $50 billion. Come to find out today, that's exactly what's happening, except it's for $55 billion. And as expected, when the announcement came, what was going to follow it? The meltdowns, the fear, the panic, the unknown, right? People are panicking over at EA. All the studios that are under the umbrella of EA are panicking. The CEO had to make a statement talking about our values are not going to change. We promise. We promise. We still care about the gays. It's massive crash outs everywhere, boys. Massive crash outs everywhere. One of which is coming from Bioware. Bioware is having a massive, massive crash out. So one of the main stories today is going to be about EA and everything surrounding it. We're going to talk about the deal. We're going to talk about what Andrew Wilson, the CEO, had to say. We're going to talk about Bioware having full crash outs because they believe that all the woke stuff is going to go away and that their studio is going to be shut down. I'm not even kidding, bro. It is crazy out there. It is crazy out there. We're going to follow up on the story with Winterborough and Sweet Baby Inc. We're going to follow up on that because apparently the developer has decided to post a code of conduct on their Steam forums after they went on a mass banning spree, which, by the way, still isn't working because their forums are flooded right now. And I have a screenshot of it. We're gonna talk about it. They also banned J Viper and Master the TDS, by the way. So I mean, there's that. There's that. We're also going to talk about J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling has finally, after so many years of letting these self-entitled pricks that grew on her back, right? I'm looking at you, Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, the people who got famous off the back of J.K. Rowling. She has finally responded to Emma Watson in an extremely epic fashion that we have to cover. We have to talk about it. We have to. There's no way we're not going to talk about that. And we're also going to cover a bunch of fast topics. Terminator 2D No Fate has been delayed again. I'm so upset about that. I'm really looking forward to that game. We got to cover the Parasite Eve successor that we didn't get to cover yesterday. We got to go over that today. And a bunch of other shit, man. We got a lot to talk about. So we're going to skip the retard of the day. We're going to go right into the number one segment on YouTube. The number one segment on Rumble. The number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
That's right. We got ourselves the pre-stream legends as we try to work our way, if we get lucky today, to 460 tier 1s in a row and 149 tier 2s in a row. Let's try our best to forget the rest, boys. Biotee Wolf, 19 with a 5. What did the drummer name his 2 daughters? And a 1. And a 2. You know, sometimes I really wonder about Biotee Wolf. I really do. Sometimes I wonder about Biotee Wolf. I hope he's okay, man. I hope he's okay. Then we got Barry Stroud with a 2. Saw a new origami porn channel. It's pay-per-view. Oh my God. Oh my God. This motherfucker said pay-per-view. Oh man. Wow. And then we got King Demon Wing. King Demon Wing saving us from the insanity of the dad jokes. And not only that, giving us the first membership banger of the stream, which you already know what that means. Let's start the trade.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you so much for the 10 membership mega banger. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And then following it up with a 5. Is there anything worse than when it's raining cats and dogs? Yes, when it's hailing taxis. Oh man, you know, I spoke too soon. I said King Demon Wing was saving us. But god damn it, man. He was the chosen one. He was the chosen one. Damn it, man. You were supposed to defeat them, not join them. It's all right. And then we got Mr. Melancholy with the 149 super sticker. Thank you so much, Mr. Melancholy. I appreciate that, man. Jedi Knight with a 2. Hail Hypno and fellow bigots. Hail new cadets. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much, Jedi Knight. Appreciate that. Then we got Sergeant Sapient becoming a member all on his own. Shout out to Sergeant Sapient. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tanya Raven with a 2. People crying over the EA buyout makes me go, where is it at? Whee! There you go. Shout out to Tanya Raven. Gamer Forever becoming a member all on his own. Shout out to Gamer Forever. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. I'm 83%. She did not protect her booty hole. Probably accurate. Gamer Forever for 1 month. I was in a fire, 1st and 2nd degree burns. I hope I can see you play Cabernet live. We all must keep up the good fighting this censorship in Islam that will destroy freedom of speech, creative freedom. Damn, were you really in a fire? I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Holy shit. That's not good. Thank you so much for the 1 month membership. Legend. Appreciate that. Tanya Raven with a 2. So how's the pain after your colonoscopy? Incredible, Tanya. Incredible. Ali Kusanagi gifting a membership. Shout out to Ali Kusanagi. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, man. And then this fucking guy, the legend Pietro himself, with a 10 membership mega
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to Pietro. Thank you so much for the 10 membership mega banger. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And then we got King Demon Wing. What a 5 says Chuck Norris once beat a brick wall in a game of tennis. That's crazy, bro. Hypno's dog with a 5. Alyssa Mercante looks like a sweet white girl. A big black dog like myself should cuddle with. What do you think, Dad, in chat? I literally think 0 of that woman. I know you're joking, but I literally think 0. I know the guy clips through the crowd at the end of the clip. I know. That's the allure of the clip. Thank you so much, Hypno's dog. Then we got Angels of Destiny with a 9.99. What's your favorite Yo Mama joke? Mine is Yo Mama so stupid. She got fired from the M&M's factory for throwing away all the W's. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh man. Hypno's dog with a 2. Hopefully she doesn't have Haitian IV poisoning, question mark. You know, Hypno's dog, it might be time for you to see the vet, man. I think we're going to schedule a put down at this point. Adair Soto with a 5. You estimate my power. Dad jokes, Hypnotic. You mean I underestimate? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Anubis Hades with a 2. Chosen one got burnt and glimped. You expect less? I mean, he wasn't supposed to get burnt until, you know, he decided to betray us. So there you go. Thank you so much, Anubis Hades. Appreciate that. Let's go over to Rumble. Rumble, we got anything or are they asleep? Let me check. Rumble is... Wow, for the first time ever, Rumble is asleep. Rumble is asleep. All right, really quick, hold on. Alucard with a 2 says, hi, Sonia. This motherfucker.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's crazy.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. He spent $2 to say hi to Sonia. That's insane. Shout out to Alucard. Thank you so much for the 2. Appreciate that, man. All right, guys, listen, we are fully caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much for the insane pre-stream legend support. As a reminder, as we are on our way to 460 tier 1s in a row and 149 tier 2s in a row, let's do our best to try to get there to the best of our ability. Now, let's start off with the topics. First and foremost, we have to talk about the obvious. Now, what's the obvious, ladies and gentlemen? Well, that is going to be none other than the one and the only. Let me bring up the window. Hold on. Steam Autumn Sale, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is correct. Steam Autumn Sale is officially live. It's officially live. I hope you guys buy as many games as you possibly can for yourselves. It is live starting today all the way to October 6th, where it would end at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's been some pretty decent games that are on sale from what I saw. I was trying to go through and add games to my wish list so I can go back and buy some of the key ones that I'm looking for. But overall, I mean, there's been some pretty good games. Ooh, Company of Heroes 3. I need to add that to my wish list. So definitely take a look, go through it, and see what games you can find for yourselves. And have at it, man. This is what we wait for. Like, Steam users wait for the Steam sale in order to try to get as many games as possible. I usually go for the under 10. Normally, I'll click like under 10 to see how many games I can find there. But this is when we all go broke. So definitely check out the Steam Autumn Sale and see what you can find for yourself, man. And buy some games. Buy some games. It's going to be a good time, man. This game I keep hearing about, Megabunk, I might have to pick that up. I saw that the game is doing really well on Steam. I actually got to look that up. Hold on. I got to look that up. How's Megabunk doing on Steam? I heard it's doing fairly well. God damn, bro. This game's doing really well. 81,000 all-time peak. Holy shit. 81,000 all-time peak. Look at this. As of yesterday. That's insane. People say it's good. I don't know. I got to check it out. I got to find out more information. All right, but yeah, go buy yourself some fucking games, man. Seriously. All right, let's get into the first topic of the day. First fast topic. We're going to follow up on the Winter Burrow. Let's follow up on Winter Burrow. If you guys missed yesterday's topic and yesterday's video, or today's video, I should say, how long is the sale for? Until the 6th of October. So not that long. Not that long. Let's talk about Winter Burrow. So Winter Burrow is a indie video game that is coming out, and they have obviously partnered with Sweet Baby Inc. Now, people found out about it. People started asking questions, and they ended up mass banning everybody from the Steam forums. Okay. It started mass banning literally everybody. Master of TDS got banned. Jay Viper got banned. Old Man Cad probably got banned for all I fucking know, because I know he made a post. Raven Rainfall made a post. I'm sure she probably got banned. People getting banned everywhere, right? So, with all that being said, yeah, see, Old Man Cad says they blocked me right after you talked about it on stream. Yeah, so literally everybody's getting fucking banned, right? So, this is a very clear fuck around and find out moment. It is a very clear Streisand effect moment where, you know, the more you try to silence people, the more likely they're going to be highly upset about it. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening here. Now, with that being said, that clearly has not worked. Now, this is a screen cap of the forum. I left it up because obviously if I were to refresh it, chances are a lot of these threads will go away. But as you can clearly see, everybody is asking or trolling. Like this guy says, is there going to be albino mice? We need that representation. You know, they're either asking about SBI or they're trolling about something DEI related. But literally, look, you even have the classic meme. People's jobs are at stake. You know what I'm saying? My pronouns are no bi. Good luck, developers. Trans inclusion. They're working overtime. Streisand effect. Uh-oh. Sweet Baby Inc. detected. Looked cute before Sweet Baby Inc. Good luck. Inshallah. Inshallah is crazy, bro. That's crazy. But anyway, Sweet Baby, SBI detected. Your game could have been good. Good luck, but Sweet Baby's involved. Developer furries. Bro, needless to say, there is a complete and utter destruction that is happening right now over at these particular forums. And again, it's a screen cap. If I were to refresh, let's see. If I were to refresh, it seems like some of the threads got deleted, but some of them are still up. Sweet Baby Ain't detected. SBI involved. SBI is a red flag. People's jobs are at stake. Dead on arrival. Trans inclusion. SBI, stop banning inclusion. Sweet Baby Inc. ruins games. Sweet Baby Inc. inform your friends. Oh, they're deleting because look, these are all the ones that they're allowing to stay up. Or did they lock them down? Did they lock them down? They probably locked them down. Regardless, it's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath over here. Now, the reason why I want to focus on this is because they just recently posted today, okay? 15 hours ago, they posted a code of conduct. And the reason why they posted a code of conduct is obviously because of what's happening with SBI. Now, you can say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, this entire thing is going to be massive bullshit, but we're going to read it anyway. We're going to read it anyway. So it says, welcome to the discussion forum for Winter Burrow. We love games, and this community is for talking about Winter Burrow and anything that's related to that. Well, that's not true. Immediately, that's not true because Sweet Baby Inc. is a company that works with this game. So that is something that is related to this game, and you are not allowing that conversation to happen. So immediately, your code of conduct is full of shit. But anyway, if you are not familiar to the rules and guidelines of Steam, oh, we're calling Big Daddy Steam now. We're calling Big Daddy Steam. If you're not related to the rules and guidelines of Steam, you might want to learn something. Wow. You can consult their rules and guidelines for the discussion, reviews, and user-generated content. Our guidelines is focused on creating an environment that is interesting and useful to the participants and that can help us make the game better. We ask everyone here to follow these simple rules. These don't look simple. You can't say simple rules and then it's like bullet points out the ass, bro. This is not simple. Anyway, keep the dialogue on topic. We'd love to talk about games and Winterboro in particular. Let's keep it close to those topics. Mind your language and keep off explicit content and offensive topics. This is a place for all ages, as our games can also be played by kids. Stay positive and support to one another. Keep a respectful tone and try to foster dialogue instead of conflict. Posts that encourage hatred are never acceptable in this community. No personal insults at community members, developers, public organizations, public figures, or anyone. No unfounded accusations or discrimination against any community members, developers, public organizations, public figures, or anyone. That's the key one right here. This is the key one right here. No unfounded accusations. God damn, bro. These people sincerely are so stupid. It blows my mind how they can be so stupid, where you are out here completely ignoring the questions and concerns that potential clients and customers have. And you could try to gaslight people and try to say, well, all these people are not potential customers. And you might be true to an extent, right? You might be right to an extent. But there are some people in there that were potential customers. There are people in there that might have bought your game, but they had a question. They clearly wanted to know what was the involvement of SBI. And instead of even answering, the thing is, like, they don't even answer. They don't even answer the question. They just flat out ban you, right? It's one thing if you answer the question and then, like, let's say you lock the thread, or maybe you make your own thread and lock it to comments and you only allow it to be read. That way people at least have some form of, formal answer regarding your involvement with SBI. But the truth is that you can't give that answer, right? We all know you can't, because working with SBI comes with the level of NDA that you're not able to actually talk about certain things that people want to know, right? So we know you can't say anything. So because you can't say anything, now you have to take the shit on your chin, all for SBI, because they don't want to take the shit on their chin. So they make you take it on your chin, right? But in any case, this is the main one right here. And then it gets to the typical bullshit that every fucking forum thread uses, which is no racist, sexist, or homophobic or intentionally offensive comments. Again, who decides that? I guess they do. No spamming, advertising, bullying, or trolling. That's clearly not working. No threats to any persons or entities ever, even if you're kidding. No explicit or offensive content. Nice. If we see someone violating these rules, action will be taken on a case-by-case basis and at the discretion of the moderators. Yeah, they're gonna they're gonna do it at their discretion. But the truth is that they're not even gonna think about it. They're just gonna see SBI and it's an immediate ban. Like, you're gonna be banned like so fucking fast. It's not even funny. We are happy to have you here, and we hope you enjoy it. If you experience any bugs, have any feedback or ideas, feel free to write in our pinned bug thread here on Steam. Have a nice day. This topic has been locked by our moderator and no replies can be made. So let's refresh. Seems like some of the SBI threads are still up. So there you go. I think what's happening is that after a while, they tend to give up, or somebody clocks out for the day. So when they clock out for the day, there's nobody moderating this. And then when they clock in for the day, suddenly they all start getting deleted and banned, because this is how it was last night too at this same time. So I got to imagine that the person's clocked out and they're not moderating it. And then I guarantee you tomorrow, sometime in the morning when somebody clocks in, this is all going to be gone. I'd guarantee you that. So in any case, this entire situation has completely exploded. I don't know what's really going to happen with this game. I got to imagine it didn't have that big of a player base that they were going to be able to garner anyway. But this is definitely not going to help. And at this point, if they are wanting to fuck around and find out, and they don't realize that the people that they're trying to adhere to and virtue signal to were never going to buy their game anyway, well, you're going to find out one way or another. It's only a matter of time. You're going to find out one way or another. So enjoy, I guess, working with SBI. I hope it was worth it. You know what's sad? The sad thing is that SBI has an amazing gig, right? SBI has an amazing gig. They can convince studios to work with them in order to diversify their portfolio and also to be able to save them from any claims of racism or backlash, because they could just say, well, we hired diversity consultants, we hired sensitivity readers, we hired this stuff. So anything in our game that could be deemed offensive, well, that's not our fault. That's the fault of the diversity consultants. They're the ones supposed to look that over. Everybody just wants to point the finger. But the sad thing is, you guys paid SBI some really good fucking money, right? SBI is not cheap. You guys paid SBI money to tank your game. I still can't believe that concept in my mind, but SBI has tanked every game that they've worked with, right? And they'll try to use certain AAA games to try to lie and say, well, they were successful because their involvement or whatever. But they can try to hold on to God of War Ragnarok all they want. They could try to hold on to Spider-Man 2 all they want. But the truth is that those games have sold 1/3 of the original game without SBI in it. So you have the original game without SBI that sold 3 times as much as the sequel with SBI. You know what I'm saying? So those numbers can't be ignored. And even though they still sold millions of copies, right, for their sequel, it's nowhere near what the first game sold. So it just makes you wonder, what's going to happen with the next one? The sequel after that, is it going to be 1/3 of the second one? I don't know. So in any case, paying money to a company to tank your brand and tank your product, I feel like is super wild. But the gaming industry loves doing it, man. So what are we gonna really say at this point? They love it. They love giving companies like SBI money to fuck with their products, man. They love it. So let them keep doing it. Let them keep doing it. Anyway, that's the follow-up to this particular discussion. I saw this and I was like, damn, man, they're getting cooked. They are getting fucking cooked. It is just, whew, there's even more threads being added. Look at this. God damn, they're getting cooked. Horrible. Let's move on to the next one. Hold on. A bunch of supers came in about that. Let me just cover that really quick. Gamer Forever. NOK50, I gift you games on Steam. I hope to see you play Cabernet. I am in the hospital. Bro, stop super chatting, bro. Take care of yourself, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. I know you gifted me a game. I'll definitely get to it when I can. But thank you again. But please take care of yourself. Tanya Raven with a 2. Hi, Sonia. Everybody's super chatting to say hi to Sonia. This is great. Gamer Forever with a 50. Thanks for the support. All of you Vikings keep fighting. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Jay Viper with a 5. I wonder if Steam looks kindly on developers banning people for asking how their game is made, who made it, and what's inside it. Seems extremely sus. Hey, I'm sure if somebody reported them to Steam, they would probably get looked at, but I highly doubt anything's going to happen. Peaches and Cream with a 2. Currently at work on break. Like the stream. Nice. Nice. Enjoy your work break. Thank you so much for the 2. I appreciate that. We got Independent Corey with a 2. The Horde is retreating and screeching. Celebrate. True. We got Anjuna Main for a 2. Nabbed, Senran Kagura, Burst Renewal, and Fear 1 and 2. That is top tier picks, man. Especially Fear 1 and 2. Top tier. Good fucking move, bro. Nice one. Mecha Val Bloom with a 2. SBI, sexually Bowser inclusive. That's insane. Shout out to Mecha Val Bloom. If you guys don't know the lore behind that, I'm sure you're going to find out at some point. Then we got D Draconic gifting a membership over on Rumble. Thank you, D Draconic. I appreciate that. D Draconic woke up Rumble. Thank you, man. And speaking of waking up, Somnus just dropped a 10 membership mega bet.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to Somnus. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That got us within $50 of tier 1. Thank you so much, man. Holy shit. Legendary. Thank you for that, man. All right. Let's move on now to the next topic. Someone with a like it with a 5. I grabbed Halo the Master Chief Collection. That is awesome. Daymare 1998 and Resident Evil 5 on Steam today. That is some damn good picks, bro. This is great. I love hearing people picking up games. This is awesome. Nice one, bro. The Master Chief Collection especially. Nice one. Nice one. Enjoy, man. Have fun with that, bro. All right, let's get into the next topic, boys. Let me X out Winterboro. Fuck that game. All right, let's talk about J.K. Rowling, because this has to be one of the most legendary posts that I think I've ever seen from J.K. Rowling, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot, considering considering that she has roasted a lot of people. But oh my god, look how long this is. Holy fuck. So if you guys are not aware, Emma Watson has decided to have an interview recently where she was asked about J.K. Rowling, and she went on this whole, like, she basically rode the fence and tried to not be as aggressive as she was back in the day regarding J.K. Rowling, because obviously these celebrities know that times are shifting, and this whole like rah trans people, or trans women are women, they totally are real women, all that, like, nobody's believing that shit anymore. Not that anybody ever did, but now people are just fed up and they don't want to fucking hear it. So the celebrities know that. So now they're trying to go with the whole riding the fence thing until, they see what happens in the next election. And if a Democrat person gets elected, then they'll be right back on their bullshit. But unfortunately for Emma Watson, she's starting to realize that what happened to J.K. Rowling, well, that's happening with her. What do I mean by that? Well, during the interview, she was asked all these questions and she gave her answers. But at the end of it, she didn't openly condemn J.K. Rowling. And if you do not openly condemn J.K. Rowling, guess what happens? The mob eats their own, right? The mob eats their own. And that's what's happening here. If anything, she actually made it worse. She said she still adores J.K. Rowling. That was a bad move. That was a bad move. So the wokies are not happy with Emma Watson because, well, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say you adore J.K. Rowling. That's a bad move. That's a bad play. So in any case, J.K. Rowling saw this interview, and after remaining silent for such a long time, I want you guys to understand that Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, all these fucking people that made their careers off of something that J.K. Rowling created, she never said a word about them. Not publicly, never name dropped them, nothing. She said nothing, right? Now she finally addressed Emma Watson specifically, and I had to talk about it. So we're going to cover this right now and go over her statement because it is so good. It is so good. It can only be done by somebody who's an actual writer. So J.K. Rowling says the following: I'm seeing quite a bit of comment about this, so I want to make a couple of points. I'm not owed eternal agreement from any actor who once played a character that I created. The idea is as ludicrous as me checking with the boss I had when I was 21 for what opinions I should hold these days. Emma Watson and her co-stars have every right to embrace gender identity ideology. Such beliefs are legally protected, and I wouldn't want to see any of them threatened with loss of work or violence or death because of them. However, Emma and Daniel Radcliffe in particular have both made it clear over the last few years that they think our former professional association gives them a particular right, nay, an obligation, to critique me and my views in public. Years after they finished acting in Potter, they continued to assume the role of de facto spokespeople for the world that I created, which is true, by the way. Everybody who looks at them knows, like, this is Hermione Granger, this is Harry Potter, and they've been riding that wave for years after ending their stint as, those characters. So she says, when you've known people since they were 10 years old, it's hard to shake a certain protectiveness. Until quite recently, I hadn't managed to throw off the memory of children who needed to be gently coaxed through their dialogue in a big, scary film studio. For the past few years, I've repeatedly declined invitations from journalists to comment on Emma specifically, most notably on the witch trials of J.K. Rowling. Ironically, I told the producers that I didn't want her to be hounded as a result of anything I said. That is pretty ironic considering she didn't feel the same way. The television presenter in the attached clip highlights Emma's all witches speech, and in truth, that was a turning point for me. But it had a postscript that hurt far more than the speech itself. Emma asked someone to pass on a handwritten note from her to me, which contained the single sentence, "I'm so sorry for what you're going through. She has my phone number." This was back when the death threats, the rape threats, and the torture threats against me were at their peak, at a time when my personal security measures had to be tightened considerably, and I was constantly worried for my family's safety. Emma had just publicly poured more petrol on the flames, yet thought a one-line expression of concern from her would reassure me of her fundamental sympathy and kindness. So that's really weird, in my opinion, right? And that just goes to show how scared somebody like Emma Watson is and Daniel Radcliffe. These people are terrified of the mob. They're terrified. They are so fucking terrified that they don't even want to text the person. They don't want to leave any evidence. They rather put a handwritten note and tell it to get delivered to someone to express some sort of like sympathy for their situation. I think it's fucking insane. I think it's genuinely insane. But anyway, let's continue. Like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life that she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. I would agree with that. She'll never need a homeless shelter. She's never going to be placed on a mixed sex public hospital ward. I'd be astounded if she's been a high street changing room since childhood. Her public bathroom is single occupancy and comes with a security man standing guard outside the door. I wonder why she doesn't hire a woman, by the way. Has she had to strip off in a newly mixed sex changing room at a console run swimming pool? Is she ever likely to need a state-run rape crisis center that refuses to guarantee an all-female service, to find herself sharing a prison cell with a male rapist who's identified into the woman's prison? I wasn't a multi-millionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous. Oh, shit. This is when it gets a little bit spicy.
Holy shit.
That was a little bit spicy. But we all know it's true. I therefore understand from my own life experience what the trashing of women's rights in which Emma has so enthusiastically participated means to women and girls without her particular privileges. The greatest irony here is that Emma not decided in her most recent interview to declare that she loves and treasures me, a change of tact I suspect she adopted because she's noticed full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was. I might never have been this honest. Adults can't expect to cozy up to an activist movement that regularly calls for a friend's assassination, then assert their right to the former friend's love as though the friend was in fact their mother. Emma is rightly free to disagree with me, and indeed to discuss her feelings about me in public, but I have the same right, and I have finally decided to exercise it.
Holy shit.
God damn, bro. God damn. Maximum levels of cookery, bro. Maximum levels. Guys, 25 million... 25 million views on this, man. 270,000 likes. I was one of them. I don't give a fuck. So listen, man. She spoke no lies. There is not a single bit of lies that was written in this post. And I've always, I mean, this probably felt so good for her. This was probably like therapeutic for her to finally be able to say something about Emma Watson, right? And a little bit about Daniel Radcliffe, but it was mostly about Emma Watson. And I tell people this all the time when it comes to J.K. Rowling. This woman is a hardcore lefty, okay? For the most part. She's a hardcore lefty. The one place she disagrees on is women's rights and women's safe spaces, right? She doesn't want men that identify as women to be invading women's spaces. I feel like this is something most women would agree with, even though they won't publicly say it because they're all scared of the mob. But otherwise, she would be what they would call an ally to most of these people's causes. But again, it's not about agreeing 50% of the way. It's not about agreeing 80% of the way. You have to agree 100% of the way. If you do not agree 100% of the way, you are ousted. You are ousted from the fucking cult. You are ousted from the religion of identity politics. You are just gone, right? And that is slowly what's happening to Emma Watson as well, because she decided to ride the fence and say that she adores J.K. Rowling, and now they're all going after her. So at this point, I mean, this is great for J.K. Rowling. This is a fantastic response. I'm sure she feels very good about finally being able to say something and responding to Emma Watson. But she's right. She made these people's fucking careers. And that doesn't mean that they have to agree with everything that she does, obviously. But if you are partaking in a bunch of interviews over the last few years, attacking this woman, condemning this woman, basically trying to attack this woman to save your face and save your ass from the mob because you were associated with her at some point in time, and you guys are basically linked together forever because of your movies that you made, yeah, you kind of deserve this response. You know what I'm saying? You kind of deserve this response. So fantastic job, J.K. Rowling. I wanted to share it with you guys. And yeah, I think she cooked. I think she cooked here. This is a great response. All right, let's move on really quick. Let's catch up on any super chats that might have came in. I don't think wait, one came in. Hold on. We got the Goon Room with a 2. Well, Pally number 4 died at 96. Bro, stop dying. Stop dying in Diablo. What's going on, man? All right, let's X this out. Now let's look at this trailer. We forgot to do this yesterday. And by we, I mean me, but I'm going to blame we anyway. Now, this is the spiritual successor to Parasite Eve. I am super fucking excited for this. I initially was supposed to react to this yesterday. We didn't get a chance to because we had so much we had to cover. And I thought about it. I woke up today. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to cover that. And I was like, we gotta cover this. So this video that we're about to see right now is a spiritual successor to Parasite Eve. I forgot what it's called, but it's going to tell you in the trailer anyway, so we're going to watch it. Let's watch this right now and see what we got going on. If anybody's fans of the original Parasite Eve, well, your time has come, boys. Fucking love the music. I love the music so much. I love the music so much. Dude, this is so exciting. If you have never played Parasite Eve, you probably are like, who the fuck cares? And I understand, I get that. But for anybody who's played Parasite Eve in the past, you guys know, like, this is gonna be fucking legit, bro. This is so sick. That was fucking amazing. Parasite Mutant, ladies and gentlemen. Parasite Mutant. This is something that I am super excited about. I honestly couldn't believe when I first heard about it. I was like, wait, what? I was almost like dumbfounded for a second. But this should be pretty damn cool to see. So hopefully this comes out, and I would love to play this. I would absolutely love to play this. Super hyped for this, man. Super hype. If you haven't played Parasite Eve, consider playing it. Find a way to play it. Fantastic series. Okay, let's X out of this. Goon Room for a 2. Playing players 8, so everything hits way too hard. Stop dying. Stop dying. Where we got right here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we got good news with Parasite Mutant. Now we got bad news. There is also another video game that I've been excited about to get into. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to wait again. So Terminator 2D No Fate is a video game that I've been looking forward to for the longest time now. The moment I first saw it at the game show, I was like, I got to play it. I have to play it, right? But then it ended up getting delayed. It got delayed until the end of next month, right? That was the initial delay, I believe. It wasn't this month. I think it was next month. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. Maybe it was this month. Regardless, it got delayed. And now, apparently, it has been delayed again. Which is like, it's a little concerning, right? Because immediately you're thinking there's something wrong with the game. But according to what they say, it more so has to do with the global trade and tariff changes, because apparently what's holding them up is the physical copies of the game, supposedly. So let's get into this and kind of, break it down a little bit. But I really want to play this fucking game, but it keeps getting delayed. PC gamer retro gaming aficionado Rich Stanton was seriously impressed with Terminator 2D No Fate when it was revealed earlier this year, saying it looks like the best Terminator game since Genesis. And for the record, no, he wasn't kidding. It's bad news for Rich then that he's going to have to wait a little longer than expected before he can start playing. Publisher Reef Entertainment announced today that the planned October 31st release date has been bumped to November 26th for a pretty simple reason: global financial instability. The adjustment is due to the ongoing global trade and tariff changes that delayed shipment of the components for our day one and collector's editions. The publisher wrote, because we are committed to launching all editions together, this new date applies to both physical and digital releases worldwide. So, in layman's terms, the physical editions for the game are being affected by whatever's going on right now. And because they won't be able to get their hands on these editions of the game at the same time, they delayed the game completely instead of releasing the game digitally and then offering the physical edition a month later separately. They don't want to do it separately. They want to do it together all at the same time. So they delayed the game so that they could release every edition at the same time. But I think at this point, considering this is the second delay now, I worry it's like, bro, at this point, just release the fucking game, man. Release the fucking game. I really don't think you have that many physical orders that you should be delaying the game for this long. I feel like most of your sales are going to be digital anyway. I understand the sentiment. I totally get it. But I feel like people who are waiting for a physical copy will definitely wait and want to pick it up. But I get it. They want to release it all at the same time. That's what they're saying. Now, obviously, some people don't believe that. Some people think it's cope. Some people think that they're lying about it in order to give them more time to work on the game. And that's what I'm concerned about. Because for a game to be delayed twice, if this game gets delayed a third time, this shit is cooked, bro. This shit is fucking cooked, in my opinion. Because you have so many games that are coming out, not only in the next couple of months, but also at the beginning of the next year, GTA 6 being one of them. You don't want to keep delaying this game. Release the fucking game. People are hyped about it. I'm hyped about it. I just want the game, goddammit. But yeah, that's what they're saying right now. It says the Terminator 2D No Fate Collector's Edition is a pretty swanky package with a steelbook case and collector's tin, art book, flip book, and a premium metal paperweight, 2 cloth posters, a fake arcade token, and more. It's the kind of thing that makes big box collector's editions think, yes, I would spend $100 on that. Alas, a PC edition of the collector's edition is not available, which is kind of ironic because anecdotally, at least, it's PC gamers who are most prone to spending ridiculous amounts of money on nice game boxes. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm believing this 100%. I don't know if I would call it bullshit just yet, but I'm a little sussed out on it. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But I wanted to bring that to your attention, and unfortunately, it is bad news. Bad news. I really want that game, man. Speaking of, Hype City right now, I saw this on Twitter, and I wanted to share this with you guys. So apparently there is going to be a new Lord of the Rings game in development, and it's going to be a third-person style action game. Sources close to the game tell Insider Gaming that a new title is set to be at least partially funded by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office. This funding should roughly equate to $100 million, give or take. The deal has been in the works since last year, and while not signed yet due to the number of moving parts, it is set to be made official soon and could happen as early as next week. Regarding current funding of the game's development, it has been funded internally. As for what the game will be, sources didn't want to say too much. What was said, however, is that it will be a third-person action game that is designed in a way to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy, that's an interesting choice to compete against. Hogwarts Legacy. Can you imagine a Lord of the Rings game similar in fashion to Hogwarts Legacy? That actually sounds pretty fucking legit, depending on how they're able to pull it off. But the thing is, Middle-earth is so much bigger than Hogwarts Legacy, right? With Hogwarts Legacy, it was centralized to the area around Hogwarts, and it made sense, right? You're a student, you're going to Hogwarts. That's your focus. Now, Hogwarts was really impressive when you were able to explore Hogwarts. I mean, it was unbelievable. But that doesn't hold that. Middle-earth is so much bigger than that. So I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I don't know where they're going to have this game take place. But all I know is if you're trying to chase Hogwarts Legacy, I don't know. It all depends on the gameplay, obviously. So we shall see how that turns out. But I'm excited for this. A third-person action style Lord of the Rings game sounds a lot of fun. Obviously, I thoroughly enjoyed Shadows of Mordor. I think that's one of the better games that have come out in the last few years. I'm curious to see what they can come up with now. Let me X this out really quick. We got Game Master with a 5. How do you think the gaming industry in the West is handling Saudi Arabia's buyout of EA? Maybe Mass Effect, Medal of Honor, and Battlefront are safe. We're actually going to talk about that. So stick around. That's the main topic for the evening. We're going to cover that. Ben with a 5 says, can we get a spiritual successor to Phantasy Star without it being an MMO? I just want more single-player PS games. Portable 2 was the last one I played. You know, that would be pretty fucking awesome, but I highly doubt we're ever going to get one like that, sadly. Shizuka Marikara with a 499. Why did the Seamen cross the road? Because Alyssa's war dead. Oh, my God. David Jaffe sucks. Come on. God damn it, man. God damn it. The Good Room with a 2. They need to let Lord of the Rings game use the Nemesis system. They do. They do. You know what? Better yet, I'm gonna raise you one better. The fact that they patented and basically trademarked the Nemesis system to disallow other people to be able to use that system, and then end up shutting down the fucking studio that has it patented so that like it doesn't matter anyway. That is next level fucking retarded, right? That is next level retarded. It's like, okay, so you want to stop people from using the Nemesis system, but the studio that was using the system is now shut down. So what the fuck, bro? Like just let it fly. Let it fly. Let people, you know, you could license it out. You could sell it or whatever. I don't know. License out the Nemesis system. Let people utilize the systems. You know what I mean? But I think it's gonna run out in a few years, if I'm not mistaken, anyway. And I don't think they have plans to renew it. So if they don't renew it within a few years, it should run out, and then people should be able to use the Nemesis system. But as of right now, they still can't. And neither can they anyway, because again, they shut down the fucking studio they used it. It's so gay, bro, that they fucking did that. It really is. It really is unbelievably gay. Really quick story about Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F, according to the developers, has sold over 1 million copies. Over 1 million copies of Silent Hill F. That is pretty damn strong, considering. You know, I talked about Silent Hill F yesterday, and I talked about how, you know, we need to be honest about horror game numbers because people are trying to paint this image that Silent Hill F is a failure because it's not doing a certain amount of numbers. But the truth is that Silent Hill has never done anything outside of what the numbers are doing now. So, but aside from that, 1 million copies sold. But that's 1 million copies sold all across the board. Every platform, that's 1 million copies sold. So it really isn't that great. And it goes to show that the numbers line up, right? If the concurrent players are like 23,000, 22,000, 1 million copies sold on Steam and all consoles is about right. So there you go. But I mean, again, Silent Hill, unfortunately, is a franchise that just never has ever hit that level of success that Resident Evil has. And to be honest with you, I don't think every horror game needs to. I don't think every horror game needs to be a mega hit to the point where it becomes mainstream. Because look at what happened to Resident Evil when it became mainstream. We've gotten some great Resident Evils. We've gotten some bad Resident Evils. But also Resident Evil has lost its identity multiple times over. Silent Hill has always been fairly consistent in what it provides the player. Up until recently, I would say Silent Hill F, I think, is a pretty decent deviation away. I'm going to find out because we're going to be playing it real soon. I'm about to beat Chronos. I got one more stream of Chronos and we are done, boys. And then we're going to be playing Silent Hill F. So I'll let you know my thoughts once I get my hands on it. But yeah, at this point, 1 million copies sold. Not terrible. Not terrible for a niche horror game like this, but it should be more. It really should. All right, let's get out of this. I think that leaves us with the final topic of the evening, the main topic of the evening. Let's fucking go. Let me catch up on Super Chats. T-Jab says we are $27, $21 away. Yeah, something like that. 20-something dollars away from tier 1. Thank you guys so much. Deadeye's Lock with $1 says AOC is so obnoxious. She makes chipmunk noises sound like Cynthia Erivo choking the national anthem. That's awful. That is awful. I don't ever want to think about Cynthia Erivo. Like, seriously, Cynthia Erivo is the one person that I feel like none of us need to be thinking about ever. Because she's just like when you have her in your mind, suddenly like she doesn't leave. It's kind of scary, you know. T-Jab says we're $20.85 away from tier 1. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Who? You don't know Cynthia Erivo? Okay, I'm not going to show you a picture because I don't want to scar your minds. But you know, if you want to Google it, you're more than welcome to. Also, there was a video I wanted to showcase to you guys. But I don't know if I bookmarked it. I gotta start fucking making sure I bookmark shit. I really do. It's fine. I'll find it later. Not a big deal. All right. Let's get into. We're gonna cover the main topic, guys, because this is gonna be a long video. So. Oh shit! Look at this. Oh, womp womp. Look at this. This just came across my feed. Look at this. Jimmy Kimmel's short-lived rating spike comes to a screeching halt. Guess what, guys? The show is dead again. Wow, shocker. 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 Why am I not surprised? The fucking people, man, they really thought they really thought that, oh my God, they thought that this man was like, his career's revived. You know, his career's revived. He got 6 million views. It's because people were waiting to see what he was going to say so they can clip it and make fun of him and then move on. This guy was getting 120,000 views an episode. You really thought he was going to stay at 6 million? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Also, really quick, one more fast story. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so stupid. I accept it. I forgot to mention the glaring story that is currently going viral right now on X. I gotta show it. I gotta show it, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube has taken a massive L. YouTube has taken a massive L. They have been forced to now pay Donald Trump $24.5 million to settle a lawsuit that was brought by Trump because they banned his account in 2021. Right? So this is amazing, in my opinion. But there's one thing that I want to harp on regarding this particular story. I want you guys to realize that this $24.5 million settlement and this lawsuit with YouTube, in my opinion, this hasn't been confirmed, but in my opinion, this coincides with YouTube's statement that they put out recently about political bias and banning creators in 2020 and 2021. Right? So YouTube put out this information recently, a couple of days ago, that everybody was talking about, and it seemingly came out of nowhere from the goodness of their heart. It came out of nowhere, and they like everybody was like, "Why are you admitting this?" Well, in my opinion, it has to do with this lawsuit. I think part of this settlement was that YouTube would have to come out publicly and admit that they, in fact, did this. That's what I think is happening here. This lawsuit has forced them to come out and admit that they were banning conservative people in 2020 and 2021. That's what I think it is. I think it's part of the deal on top of the money as well, because this is all coinciding at the same exact time. And I don't think it's a coincidence, in my opinion. Now, they're never going to say whether or not it is part of the deal, because obviously that's private information. Everything's going to be under NDA. They're not going to talk about it. Whatever. All you're going to know is the money involved, and that's it. But in my opinion, they absolutely made this statement because of this lawsuit. So I guess we'll maybe if we find out, that'd be great, but I highly doubt it. But $24.5 million goes into Trump's pockets, and there you go. There you go. That's it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, all the people who are on one particular side, they try to say that everybody else is conspiracy theorists. We're just liars. We're grifters. We're making shit up. It's not true. It's not true. It's not happening. It's not happening. Well, come to find out, it always is fucking happening. Come to find out that it is actually real. Come to find out that the supposed conspiracy theorists were right yet again. Yet again. I wonder if Alex Jones can sue these motherfuckers. I'd be very curious. But I do feel like this is going to set a precedent against YouTube. This is going to set a precedent against YouTube. So we might see future lawsuits from bigger, like, not well, if it's a big creator, maybe, but like, you know what I mean, like bigger figures. Not it's not like small YouTubers are going to be like suing YouTube. It's going to come from bigger creators or bigger figures. So I guess we'll see. We'll see. Maybe a class action. Maybe a class action lawsuit. Perhaps. That's also a possibility. But they fucking deserve it, though. They deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. They deserve to get sued into oblivion because these people fuck with things so much. They sincerely do, and it's sickening. It's sickening. Right? So in any case, that's it. I wanted to cover that because I didn't want to forget. I almost forgot that. Shit, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. We got Mikey saying for it too. So I think that patent ends in 2029. Damn, bro. Imagine keeping one of the best systems in gaming out of gaming for that long of a time just because you want to be a selfish fuck. Dare sold to what a 5, and the sad part is the Nemesis system won't release to the public until 2030. So, okay, so 2029, 2030, around then, still ridiculous. Marty Tiberius O'Donnell saving tier 1 with a $20. Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha. Shout out to Marty Tiberius O'Donnell. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. That is fucking legendary, bro. Thank you. Talung says settling is technically not admitting fault. So, yes, that would be true. if YouTube didn't actually admit fault on Twitter. You know what I mean? Well, to be fair, YouTube didn't actually admit fault. YouTube blamed the Biden administration, which again leads me to believe that it is part of the settlement with Trump, because who is going to want to blame Biden for everything more than Trump, right? So Trump probably said, listen, you really should give me 50, but I'll let you give me 25 if you blame that motherfucker Biden, right? Like, I feel like that is probably what happened. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Exactly. They made us do it. Then we got, let's see, we got Gamer Nurse Gale. Gamer Nurse Gale with a 5 says Chuck Norris, who just arrived in the lands between, became Elden Lord because no one wanted to fight him. That's fucking crazy.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. And also probably accurate. The Goon Room with a 2. Never mind. It expires August. What? 2036? 2036? What the fuck is wrong with these people? 2036. Oh my God, bro. That's fucking insane. Fuck these people. Bro. Oh my God. The company's gone. It's dead. It's dead. Release the Nemesis system. That should be a hashtag on Twitter. Hashtag release the Nemesis system. Seriously. Stop holding it fucking hostage. The company is fucking dead. Release the Nemesis system, you bitches. But again, they're probably not going to. Let's be real. The Demon Carol with a 5. Pretty sure the patent ends in 2036. But it's bullshit that it didn't get negated by the studio closure. Yeah, I know. It's like, why is it still? Well, okay, so what I will say, Demon Carol, is the reason why it didn't get negated is obviously because that studio belonged to Warner Brothers. So really, Warner Brothers is the one that is in charge of that patent. But still, it's like, bro, you guys aren't using it. The studio that used it died. Fucking release the Nemesis system and stop being a bitch, you know? Adair Soto with a 2. Really? 2036? God damn. Yeah, it's fucking horrible, bro. That's just like, think about that. Think about like that is literally ridiculous in every manner. Goon Room for a 2. Free my boy. Hashtag Nemesis system. Yeah, man. We got to get that trending. Hashtag free the Nemesis system. Let it go. All right. Let's get into the topic, boys. We're going to talk about EA. This is going to be a fairly long video, so stick around, man. Stick around. It's going to be a long video. We're going to be covering the actual sale. We're going to be covering what they plan to do with the sale, or what they plan to do with the company and what they hope to do. We're going to be covering what the CEO of EA is trying to tell their employees to try to quell the storm, quell the panic, stop the fire from spreading, even though it's spreading rapidly. And we're also going to talk about the elephant in the room, which is BioWare freaking the fuck out, right? So we got a former BioWare lead writer. And by the way, this person speaks on behalf of current BioWare employees because he is referencing people that he's speaking to and the panic that is happening right now in BioWare, where apparently they believe that or speculate that EA is suddenly going to become about guns and football and the gay stuff is out. And how BioWare may be up for the chopping block. So we got a lot we got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot we got to go. Like this whole EA deal is pretty intensive. If that's the word I'm looking for, it's pretty intensive. Anti-Federalist Paint with a 5 on Rumble says, never forget Google patented software that didn't exist. So if anyone invented it, they would automatically own it. Patent system for digital is fucked as the rest of digital law. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy, bro. Fuck them. Fuck, like, it's such a terrible system. It really is. All right, let's get into this, boys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it is official. Today's video, we are going to be talking about the announcement that EA has in fact sold their company to Saudi Arabia for $55 billion in a privatized sale. The company is going to go from a public company to a private company, and people are panicking. The studios within Bioware are panicking. Employees are panicking. They're going on X. They're going on Blue Sky. They're going on LinkedIn, and they're all panicking and complaining. One of the most recent ones, and one of the ones that really is quite the most funniest one, is going to be Bioware themselves, right? We got a former Bioware lead writer that says, read the runes on EA Saudi deal, and speculates that guns in football are going to be everything in EA now, and that the gay stuff is going to be out, and that the RPG studio may be up for the chopping block during this entire deal. Now, I cannot say that this is not accurate, because to be honest with you, it is, right? Anytime a company like this, that is a massive public company, when it goes private, it's going private to clean house. Like, I want everybody to understand that. For all the haters that watch my channel that are in the gaming industry, I know I have a few of them. If you're watching right now and you're listening in this video, just realize they're coming for your jobs, man. If you guys are part of anything related to DEI in any capacity, chances are they're coming for your jobs. Right? Dragon Age the Veilguard would have never been made under Saudi Arabia leadership. I'm just being real with you. Now, at least not in the way that we got it anyway. They would not have been the whole Tosh nonsense, sitting at the table awkwardly saying, well, I'm non-binary. Like that would have never happened. So in any case, we're going to talk about BioWare, and we're also going to comment on the CEO who apparently is going to remain in charge. This is one of the major red flags for a lot of people right now that are talking about this situation with EA. Andrew Wilson is going to remain the leader in this particular company. I don't know if it's going to be permanently. I don't know if it's going to be during the transition. I really don't know. But as of right now, he's going to remain CEO. And not only that, he is trying to quell the storm. He has sent out an email that has now been made public that he sent to employees in the company, telling them to all relax and that the company values are going to remain unchanged, guys. Don't worry. If you are worried about the gay stuff, we promise we still love our gays. They're going to try to convince people that this is not going to happen, that the firings are not going to happen, that the hammer's not going to come down. I'm telling you right now, it is, right? So anyway, let's get into first about the deal, right? So $55 billion private sale. It was purchased by a consortium consisting of PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners. The terms of the agreement state that the consortium will acquire 100% of EA, with stockholders receiving $210 per share in cash, which represent a 25% premium of EA's unaffected share price of $168.32 at market close on September 25th of 2025. So in all actuality, the Saudis actually paid a 25% premium for EA, which is crazy. The company was valued at around $42 billion, give or take. Last I heard, almost $43 billion. And now it is sold for $55 billion. That is a lot of fucking money. This is one of the biggest acquisitions ever, that's ever happened. In any case, and it's a premium to EA's unaffected all-time high of $179.01 at market close of August 14, 2025. A statement from EA says that PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners bring deep sector experience, committed capital, and global portfolios that will offer unique possibilities to blend physical and digital experiences, while the sale represents the largest all-cash sponsor take private investment in history. Andrew Wilson, chairman and CEO of Electronic Arts, said that the deal was a powerful recognition of the remarkable work delivered by EA's passionate teams, and the company will continue to push the boundaries of entertainment, sports, and technology, unlocking new opportunities. Now, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about what this could possibly mean for not only the company, but the gaming industry as a whole. This is going to send ripples throughout the entire industry. I want people to understand that it may not start off right away, but it absolutely will. It's only a matter of time. The amount of layoffs that are going to happen, the amount of studio closures that are going to happen, anything that is deemed not necessary, that does not make money, will most likely be closed down. I highly doubt that, video games like Dragon Age the Veilguard would ever continue to exist under this kind of leadership. I just highly doubt it. The transaction is expected to complete in the first quarter of 2027 fiscal year and is subject to customary closing conditions, including receipt of required regulatory approvals and approval by EA stockholders. Once completed, EA stock will no longer be listed on the public market. I honestly can't believe I'm going to live in a world where EA is not going to be a public company. That is mind-blowing to me. And if EA can go private, honestly, any company could go private at this point. EA will remain at its headquarters in Redwood City, California, following the completion of the transaction, with Andrew Wilson remaining CEO. Now, before we get into what BioWare said, I want to focus about what the CEO said, because he is trying to send out an email to the employees to try to calm them down. Right? Because everybody's panicking. People are trying to say, well, what's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to XYZ Studio? Are we shutting down? Are we getting fired? Yes, I'm going to give you the spoiler warning right now. You are probably going to get fired, right? You're probably going to get fired. But in any case, Electronic Arts CEO Andrew Wilson says the company's acquisition by the consortium made up of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners investment firm, and private equity firm Silver Lake represents a new era of opportunity, and that our values and our commitment to players and fans around the world remain unchanged. Now, you can say, oh, values, are you talking about DEI? Is that what you're talking about? I got to be honest with you. I think this is political speak. I don't think he's trying to actually say DEI. I think that the idiots are going to take that as DEI, the people who probably are obsessed with it, whether they're obsessed with it at EA or people who shill for EA or whatever, those people are probably going to take this at what it says and say, okay, so it's about DEI. They're going to remain committed to DEI. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think DEI is completely thrown out the fucking window at this point. It's going to be a slow but sure death. They're not going to do it right away because obviously they're transitioning ownership, so they don't want to rock the boat. But the moment that boat goes into the hands of the Saudis, you are fucked. You are beyond fucked at this point. Wilson shared the sentiment in a memo sent to employees shortly after the deal, valued at $55 billion, and it was made public. Here's the memo. This moment is a recognition of your creativity, your innovation, and your passion, Wilson said. You have built some of the world's most iconic IPs, created stories that have inspired global communities, and helped shape culture throughout interactive experiences. Everything we have achieved and everything that lies ahead is because of you. They want to make you feel real good before you lose your job. We are entering a new era of opportunity. This is one of the largest and most significant investments ever made in the entertainment industry. Our new partners bring deep experience across sports, gaming, and entertainment. They are committed with conviction to EA. They believe in our people and our leadership and the long-term vision we are now building together. I'm not sure how much deep experience the new partners in reality have, new owners really bring to the table, according to PC Gamer. But here's what I will say. According to Insider Gaming, new EA owners are hoping that AI will cut costs and boost profits, it's claimed. So there's already conversations of what they plan to do with the company, and AI is going to be at its forefront. Whether that's going to be good for the product or not, that remains to be seen. But what we do know is that the gaming industry has been firing people left and right. Microsoft fired over 10,000 plus people and replaced them with AI. You think EA is not going to do the same thing when Saudi takes over? Of course they're going to. They're openly admitting it right now. You guys are fucking cooked. If you think your jobs are safe, they're not. And no union is going to save you. You guys are done. Anyway, per the report, the enhanced use of AI will be used as a way to also boost EA's profits to the coming years. This will allow the new owners to manage a large debt load on a company that historically carried limited net debt. On Monday, it was announced that EA will be sold for the $55 billion to a group that includes all of these people, and one of them is owned by Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. The deal will see a current stockholder pay $210 per share, which I think is fucking crazy. So let's go over what Bioware or former Bioware had to say about this entire situation, because clearly people are really upset over the fact that there might be no more gay stuff in any kind of EA video games. So as the crack team at PCG Towers discussed the deal, one line struck with me. I wouldn't want to be sitting in a Bioware chair right now. The vibes around one of the all-time great RPG studios has not been good in recent years, and that the fairly decent Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I like how PC Gamer can't even openly admit that the game fucking sucked. They just got to say fairly decent Dragon Age: The Veilguard didn't persuade anyone that the studio is capable of surpassing the contemporary greats like Baldur's Gate 3 or Disco Elysium. Earlier this year, the studio was apparently cut to the bone in a round of layoffs, though a new Mass Effect game remains in development for now. I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit concerned as to what this means for Mass Effect, right? Because people are probably going to say, well, this means great things. That means there's going to be no wokeness in Mass Effect. Yeah, that might be right. But then I wonder, is it going to be overly monetized? Is it going to go the live service route? You know, even though, because keep in mind, that's been discussed before. Mass Effect 4 potentially having live service elements. So I just wonder what this means for Mass Effect. And this is an interesting time for a studio transition to happen, considering the game is currently in development right now. So that's going to rock the boat a little bit. It might even honestly return you right back to square one when it comes to Mass Effect. They might start all over again. Who knows? I don't really know. But anyone who's ever loved Bioware game, which is certainly an awful lot of us, is probably feeling quite gloomy about the studio's prospects. I'm going to be real with you. Anybody who likes Bioware, whether past, present, or future, you were feeling gloomy about the studio well before this even happened. Everybody knows Bioware's the chopping block. If Mass Effect does not succeed when it releases, Bioware's dead. It doesn't matter whether it's owned by the Saudis or whether it's owned by people in the United States. It does not matter. Mass Effect, if that shit does not slam, Bioware's done. Plain and simple. So Patrick Weeks, who goes by Trick Weeks, was a writer at Bioware from 2005 to 2025, working across various Mass Effect and Dragon Age titles, and was lead writer for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. They recently took to Blue Sky, linking coverage of the EA Saudi deal alongside an imaginary conversation that goes like this. Buyers, so your games, guns and football, yes. EA, mostly guns and football, yep. Buyers, no gay stuff? No politics we're not going to like? Question mark. EA, haha, definitely not. Hey, could you give me 1 sec? I just need to shut down the studio real quick. So, talk about the level of cope. This is such massive levels of cope. Listen, if you were the lead writer on Dragon Age: The Veilguard, if you didn't lose your job before, you bet your ass you were going to lose your job now, right? You guys are the ones who caused a lot of the bullshit that was in Dragon Age: The Veilguard. You guys are the reason why studios close down left and right. You guys are the one. Because when you're out here playing activists and you're out here telling customers that they don't like it, don't buy it. If you're out here making pointing fingers at the screen and making clown emojis, right? You guys are the ones that are antagonizing your potential buyers. You are limiting the scope of which how many people can buy your game just based off how you act online. So you can't be here then complaining that your studio gets closed down. You can't be here complaining that you're going to get massive layoffs. You cannot complain about it because you guys have fostered this environment where suddenly the gamers were the enemy and they weren't your customer. It's stupid, right? Like that's not something you should have been doing, but you did it anyway because you're morons. So you kind of get what you fucking deserve at this point. And I think that EA is slowly but surely going to weed out these psychopaths like Mr. Weeks that, obviously puts ideology first before anything else. Weeks, who was one of those laid off at the start of the year, so it can afford to be frank, while anyone still at Bioware will no doubt be deleting all social media apps lest temptation went out. Good. Get these fucking developers off of social media. Get them off of Blue Sky, where they're currently celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. Get them the fuck off of social media. Maybe the backlash won't be so strong against your company. You know what I'm saying? Get them out. There's nothing good that comes from most of these developers being on social media. Almost every single one of them have acted like an idiot on social media. So if you get them off, that's a good thing in my opinion. As for the fans, a quick look at Mass Effect subreddit shows the top thread on the acquisition is simply called It's Over, Commander, with seemingly every fan of the series bracing for bad news. The only slight notes of positivity are those who think EA might sell Bioware, but honestly, Who's lining up to buy a AAA studio that hasn't had a major hit since arguably Mass Effect 3? Well, exactly. I mean, BioWare has been getting subsidized by EA for over a decade now. BioWare hasn't made any money as a company for over a decade. It's fucking pathetic. And at this point, I feel like it's obvious that they would be on the chopping block. It's obvious that during a transition like this, they're going to look at what's profitable and what's not. And anything that's not profitable is going to be kicked to the curb immediately. There's no doubt about it. So in any case, this entire deal with EA has shocked the entire gaming industry. It shocked me, to be honest with you. I was not expecting this, and I know a lot of people were not expecting this. This is a massive shift in gaming. This is something that only comes around every, 10 years or so. Although, to be fair, the last time we saw something this big was Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard. But this is totally different. This is EA we're talking about. This is EA we're talking about that went from being a public company traded on the stock market to being a private company now owned in part by Saudi Arabia. It is a wild story, and I don't know what's going to come from this, but buckle up. I'm sure it's going to be wild either way. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this entire situation regarding potential layoffs, firings, studio closures? What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Fucking crazy, bro. The Arabs are going to literally stone the woke devs. That's crazy, bro. That's so crazy. We got Nico with 5,000 says Mass Effect 5 will be canceled. It's a matter of time. You really think it's going to be canceled? I don't think it's going to be canceled. I don't think it's going to be canceled. I think they're going to go through with it, in my opinion. We got Flesion with a 5. Unlocking new opportunities. That means the opportunity to edit your LinkedIn profiles and the opportunity to update your resumes. True. Absolutely. 100% true. Raw DFK with a 2, but will we at least get more bluebies? I think we might get some titties. Yeah, we might. We definitely might. We got Adam Juneman with $1 over on Rumble, says they are pissed because Jared Kushner is also investing in EA, which I find to be very ironic, by the way. Adam Juneman with $1. Jared Kushner is Trump's son-in-law. That makes it juicier. Yep, he is. Anti-Federalist Pain with a 5. BioWare employees should be happy they're getting fired. There are a lot of tall buildings in SA, and gay employees tend to see plummeting prospects in Middle Eastern companies. He's on the line, but he's right. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, bro. All right, boys. Listen, we are slightly past tier 1. We covered all the topics that we had lined up for today. Thank you guys so much for your insane support. If you're not going to come and hang out during the waifu battle because you're like gay or something, join me every day, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We stream every fucking day on Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it, where we cover as many stories in the gaming industry as humanly possible. Sometimes missing some things, but that's okay. That happens. And we also stream on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss that either. That's our panel show where we just argue for fun for 3 hours. It's a good time. It's a good time. Also, apparently some of the people on our panel like grandmas.
Good job, Daddy. Not going on that incel show. I'm going to buy you that Switch too now.
So you might be able to see that as well. So join us over there. And let's get into the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. We need to have a good one because we are fairly far away from tier 2, but we might get lucky. According to TJAP, we have 153.68 away from tier 2. This is all. Thank you, TJAP. I appreciate that. Let's get into the waifu battle and have some fun. Oh, wait, hold on. I think there was a gifted game. Shit. Hold on. Totally forgot. Hold on one second. Yes, there is gifted games. Hold on. Let's do that first. People going crazy because it's the autumn sale right now. Guys, buy yourselves games too, please. Crazy Ed. Become tentacle cultist, smiley face. Worshippers of Cthulhu. Shout out to Crazy Ed. Thank you so much for this game, man. Worshippers of Cthulhu. Listen, guys, Spooky Month is coming. We're going to be starting Spooky Month with Silent Hill F. And who knows what we're going to play after that. We're going to play a bunch of horror games during the month of October. So stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun on Hypnotic Gaming Live. Make sure you guys come hang out with us over there. Dragon gifted Mount and Blade 2 Banner Lord. Holy shit. Shout out to Dragon, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much from Mount and Blade 2 Dragon Lord. Oh shit. Dragon also gifted Greedfall. Shout out to Dragon. Thank you for that, man. This was on super sale. It was like $3. That is awesome. That is awesome. Gotta love the autumn sale, man. And he gifted Haven. Shout out to Dragon. Thank you so much. Holy shit, man. This is pretty legendary. And he gifted 2 Point Campus. Build the university of your dreams with 2 Point Campus. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Holy shit. That is insane. That is insane. That's a crazy amount of gifted games. And speaking of insane, look at this guy. Smash JT with the 5 membership bank.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to Smash JT. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. I appreciate that, man. And then we got a Dare Soto with the 10. And this is yet another example. We've been telling you these companies don't care about your ideology or the LGBTQ, whatever they call these days. They only care about profit. And this is a perfect example. True. True. Again, they only care about your social cause when it's relevant to them. The moment it stops being relevant, guess what happens to your social cause? Right out the fucking window, boys. Right out the window. All right, boys, let's get into the waifu battle, especially since Smash is here, because his girl is the waifu battle champion. And we are going to try to dethrone her today. We have an interesting waifu, a video game waifu. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. All right, boys. The waifu battle is here. Now, if you guys are unaware, maybe you've been missing the waifu battle for a little bit, but the current champion is none other than the one and the only Smash JT killer, known as Raven from Stellar Blade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Raven from Stellar Blade is the current waifu battle champion. Now, before we bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and
Holy shit.
Demon Carol with a 5 blowing his load early as fuck, says Raven. Let's see if she lasts longer than Smash did. God damn, bro. Didn't even wait. Didn't even wait. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You gotta put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Raven, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, apparently. Demon Carol. Ladies and gentlemen, do we understand the rules? We don't understand a fucking thing. I know. I get it. Bro, look at this. P Drake with a 2. Raven. Oh my God. All right, guys, listen. So we're going to bring out a brand new waifu today. All right. Brand new waifu. No used models here. All right. This waifu was recommended over on Discord, as they usually are. And This one is from a video game that I don't personally play, but I know a lot of people that do. So let's see if this particular waifu can take down the glorious Raven. Very popular Raven, but you know, you never quite know. You never quite know. Sometimes you get some new waifus that shock the shit out of you. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against the one and only Raven is going to be the one and the only Chang Li from Wuthering Waves, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. The names are on the bottom. Who is going to win? Chang Li or Raven? Let me know in the comments and talk your shit. Talk your shit, boys. Talk your shit. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Show me what we got. Yes, I know. It's about time we got a Wuthering Waves waifu. I know. Well, all you people who've been asking for the fucking gotcha waifus, now they're here. So either you vote or I'm not listening anymore. Either you vote or I'm not listening anymore. Shout out to you guys. We got 2 early votes for Raven. They were gooning hard, Demon Carol and P Drake 10. Let's see what happens. Dave with a $10 banger says Raven for the win. It seems like the Raven fans are ensuring that she gets a sweeping victory. They're even in the chat right now saying that this is going to be the easiest victory that Raven has ever had. All of you Wuthering Waves fans, you gotcha fans out there, you guys are getting felted right now by these people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Flip Shazam says, don't make me vote for Smash JT. That's pretty fucking gay. I'm not going to lie to you. Dead Eyes Lock for a 2 over on Rumble says Chang Li. Let's go, baby. Let's go. There we go. There we go. We got a vote. We got a vote for the challenger. Smash JT is participating in the waifu battle. This is shocking. Smash JT with a 5 says Raven beat me a lot. She sure as fuck did. She sure she sure as fuck did. But hey, listen. All it takes is that one win, right? All it takes is that one win. And that's it. You got that one win. It counts. It counts. Mikey says for a 2. You picked mine. And you didn't even vote for her. Crazy, bro. Raven's about to get a sweeping victory. We got Mr. Spanger's Coffee with a $4.99. Says Raven. She's the only woman that could take down Smash besides Alyssa's and that one woman he'll meet by the dumpster at McDonald's drive-thru in 2027. What a hell of a prediction. What the fuck is that? What kind of prediction is that, bro? That's wild. That's wild, man. Lip Shazam says, sorry, I've been watching a lot of football recently. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Kagwana's right. If Chang Li doesn't get many votes, she will be banned indefinitely. And chances are other gotcha waifus are going to be banned indefinitely too. Especially if we end up losing tier 2 because of it. Then I'm definitely never bringing this bitch back. You got to stay in the goon lag. You got to stay in the goon lag, lady. It's just how it goes. Everyone vote for Chang Li so she can have a chance to return. I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think she's getting cooked. She's getting cooked, boys. That's it. She's getting cooked. All right, Chang Li's coming off screen. It is now time to bring out the one and only Raven. I'm reusing the picture because, well, it's a really good picture. I don't give a fuck. Let's start the clock and let's see who's gonna win. Is it going to be Raven or is it going to be Chang Li, the gotcha waifu? Make your voices heard today. T-Jab says we are $89.11 away from tier 2. We're getting cooked, boys. We're getting cooked. We're getting cooked. John D says, yup, Ravens got this. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Tuber Sprout says, normally I would see a pity dollar for the challenger at least. No, she's got a $2 vote on Rumble. Chang Li got a $2 vote on Rumble, and technically it's not that far because nobody's voting right now. So in all actuality, Ravens only got like $30. You could pretty much turn this around fairly quickly. Fairly quickly. We'll see. We got P. Drake with a 2, says Raven, not a fan of pink hair, still would though. I respect that. Dave with a 2 says Chang Li just to have a backup. Fair enough. Frost Puma with a 50 says Raven. Makes sense. Black Tailgate with a 5 says Chang Li. Pity vote. That's how bad of a waifu she is. She's such a bad waifu that she's getting pity votes. Yeah, they're never coming back, bro. They're never coming back. They're gonna make us lose tier 2. RIP to the gotcha waifus. Anti-Federalist Pain with a 2 on Rumble says Chang Li because she's hot and this is sad. See what I'm saying? Karnak Ketro with a 5 says Chang Li for the future gotcha waifus. Also, we need Discord links for new bigots. Yeah, Discord is disabled for right now. Invites are disabled right now till future notice. I'll let you guys know when they're enabled again. It's been that way for a while. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Damn, the pity votes are fucking terrible, bro. The pity votes are terrible. Torinol with a 5 over on Rumble says Chang whoever. Gotta support tier 2. Bro, the pity votes are so sad, bro. They don't even know her name. They don't even know her name, bro. They don't even know her name. Democulus with a 5 says Chang Li because she is good enough to not get felted. She is better than people think. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, the tables have turned. The tables have turned. Now, Raven is far behind Chang Li. Wow. The good room for a $50 mega banger says Chang Li. Quite confidently, too. Holy shit, boys. What's the Raven fans gonna do now? You guys were so fucking confident before. What happened? What happened, Raven fans? You just gonna let it go? I guess so. Alice for a $4.99 says Chang Li. Let's go. Let's go, Alice. Shout out to Alice. And Sonia's even in on this right now. Sonia with a $50 mega banger says Chang Li, easy choice. Oh shit. Oh shit, the tables have turned. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god.
Holy
my
shit.
Oh my god. Did that really happen? Did that really happen? Oh my god, bro. The last super chat that is going to count. You guys don't even know how like what just happened. So hold on. Hold on. BioT 19 with a chair shot for a 50 says Chang Li. I don't care for her. I just want chaos. Stunner. Much respect, BioT. The Goon Room with a 10. Chang Li. Also, you guys love those mid-tier waifus. I love the shit talking. Ali Kusanagi came in with a 10 for Chang Li. Sanguine came in with a 7 for Chang Li's Spirit Bomb. And then what makes it even worse, guys, is even though all these chair shots are enough to kill Raven, better than Smash JT ever killed Raven, there was one massive table that was thrown into the ring by Brosiv over on Rumble for a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. And he threw it in there for Chang Li. He says Chang Li, not because she's a waifu, but just to be spiteful, LOL. Holy shit. Mods, feed the ducks. Count it up. Count it up. Is there any mods here to count up? I'm just kidding. I'm trolling from yesterday. Holy shit, boys. That is insane. What the fuck? Brosiv, you literally like you didn't like you guys killed this bitch. Holy shit. You guys absolutely destroyed this woman. What the fuck? How did it go from no votes to, you know why? Because you guys, the pity votes, are, they add up. Those $5, $10, they add up. And before you know it, if nobody's voting for Raven in any large amount, then you could turn the tide pretty quickly. And then once the 50 banger came in, I mean, that was it. That was it. That's crazy, man. And then Sonya and Mikey did a fucking fusion dance, and they did a 50 banger each at the same time almost. Crazy. Exactly. Mikey hasn't been here forever. Goon Room with a 2. I come back and actually voted. It's been 8 months. Exactly. Exactly. It's crazy, man. Think about that, boys. Think about that. Crazy victory, man. Crazy victory. Raven got her feathers plucked? Yeah, I would say so. But then it's like, okay, this is probably going to be a one-hit wonder waifu, most likely. Most likely. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. One-hit wonder waifu. You know what? It is what it is, boys. Although I need to get better pictures of her because this is the only picture I have. I'll get some. Kyle says, so attraction to starvation. Sure, I guess so. Good Room says for 2. Remember Akino? We loved that, right? She was amazing. She still holds the record, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. She still holds the record. Raven fans got complacent. That tends to happen. Like they get like, not just Raven fans, but you know, when there's a waifu that's winning for a long time, people tend to get pretty complacent and they think, well, you know, somebody else will carry it. And then the people who want to troll, who want a chair shot, they sneak in at the last second. Oh shit, Broseph says this was for Nami. Oh no. Justice for Nami. Justice for Nami. What happened to Nami? Nami got taken down in similar fashion. Nami got taken down for with a bunch of troll votes. All at the last second. $500 massive troll vote. It's crazy. Gray the Merchant for $1 on Rumble says, hey, all a major surprise. Wife is gonna have a little merchant in 9 months. Yo, Gray the Merchant is gonna be a daddy. He says, still shocked. Just damn. Love all. Throws Raven to the gulag. Yes, Hypno Chang. Little one. Little is a one night stand. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. That's fucking sick, dude. What a great ending to the waifu battle that is. What a great ending. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. You are now going to be a dad. T-Jap, the numbers are in. Holy shit, bro. Oh my God, Raven did deserve this. You see what I'm saying? Oh, like, God, man, Raven did not deserve this. Raven at $28.82 against Chang Li. And you know what's funny, bro? Chang Li, the votes came in almost identical to how gacha games get played. You start off slow, and then you realize you got to start spending money. and then it all comes in at once. Against Chang Li at $304.58, which means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Chang Li. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a gotcha waifu champion. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Goon Room for it too says, oh, she got Cleveland steamered. That's rough, man. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. I think there's some people coping and seething in the chat. I don't know why, though. They should have voted. They should have voted if you're going to cope.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. Chang Li is going to go backstage, but she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. Joel Jimenez says, man, we had it and then gone. What was that famous line from Fast and Furious? You never had it. You never had your car. Don't assume you're going to win. Crazy, man. Crazy. The coping is real this time. Absolutely. There are definitely some people coping and seething for sure. All right, boys, listen, this was a fantastic stream. Thank you guys so much for the insane support. We got very lucky today and we managed to cross the line and continue our streaks. We are at 460 tier 1s in a row and 149 tier 2s in a row. Thank you all who joined in and helped make it happen. I appreciate that. Stick around to the end for the raid. Thank you, everybody, for liking the stream, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, gifting games. Guys, go out there and buy fucking games for yourselves. Now is the time. Now is the time. Go out there and buy games. Look through Steam. I'm gonna do that right now. Look through Steam, see what is cheap, see what is good, and go buy games. Lionheart says you're still Griffcasting Chronos. Yeah. So I'm most like I'm 95% there. I'm gonna be Griffcasting Chronos after this because we're about to finish that game. So if you want to see the ending of Chronos and that journey, come hang out with us on Hypnotic Gaming Live. Most likely going to be going live in about an hour or so. So thank you guys so much. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for being here and counting. I'm just giving them shit. I'm giving them shit. Shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single night except last night. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners and stay to the end for the raid. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck baby gay, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in a queenie and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! 'Cause that's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.